Hey, what's up, guys? This is gonna be my first video of doing reviewing on all my trades for today. I think me doing this is gonna start making me take responsibility for how I've been trading and my losses and just everything I could possibly fix. So today I traded NETE, and this was a second green day. It originally started as a first red day short. So now it's a Friday. So short squeezes usually happen on Fridays, and especially considering this is a low float, you should always keep it on radar and to see what it's doing. So as you can see here, in the morning it panicked. It spiked and then panicked down to 9. Sorry about that. Panicked down to 9. It held this key point right here. Previous day's high. Okay. Well, previous day's support in the morning. Well, resistance in the morning. Okay, and then it bounced. It came back down. It set a higher low. And then around 2:30, I was watching it. I had it on screen. And as you can see, the volume came in. And you can see it kind of like VWAP'd, VWAP, VWAP. And then it kind of hit the bottom here, higher low, and kind of made a U shape and a cup and handle, as you can see. So when it hit here, I was watching it because the price action was very bullish. And also it's Friday, short squeeze. Shorts are going to eventually cover. And no one really likes holding over the weekend, considering you never know if news comes out. It's a low float. I don't know really anything about the company, but yeah, it's a low float. Had a lot of volume. These things could squeeze, especially in the market we're in. So when I seen it do a higher low here, right here volume came in, I got in for, I'm trying to remember, let's see. I got in for 10.02, so I had an amazing average. And I sold at 10.45. So, I mean, I sold early. I sold 10.45. Wait, what does that say? Definitely wasn't 10.45. Was it though? Huh. Okay, so I sold at 10.45. Alright, so I sold way too early. I sold right here, which I guess I should have held a lot longer, considering obviously they're gonna push this green. You know, it's gonna obviously squeeze to green. So yeah, I could have held that longer. So I got in right about here, right up here. So right when it crashed, this big candle got my eye. Volume, Friday, low float, first red day, holding, shorts. You know, shorts are gonna be like, what the fuck? So I got in right about here. I'm trying to see how long this video is. Okay, so I got in right about here. I sold right over here. So I could have held for another. I definitely should have waited for 11. Or at least up here. So I did that. So that was how I kind of planned this trade, you know. Low float. You know, low floaters have a good history of, you know, shorts covering, and especially it's the weekend coming up. You never know what news comes out. You never, you know. It's not that. I mean, it's overextended. But these low floats have histories of really running. It's probably going to die down maybe, but I don't know. But yeah, I like how it held this morning right here, the support perfectly. And then when it came back down, it kind of made the cup and handle, which is, you'll see this often actually. You'll see a lot of cup and handles for a squeeze. I've seen this multiple times. I've only been doing this for about a year, and I still have so much to learn, but I'm doing this channel just to discipline myself and take responsibility. And I think me showing everybody will make me definitely consider more my train of thought and how I'm going to do certain things. Alright, so let me show you. This is my thing, my P&L. I'm not going to show you everything because I don't want my account number in it. But, okay. Yeah, I had a bad day. I had a good day, but then again, my discipline came. I really tried to juice the market for all the money I could possibly get. And the end game, I got juiced, and they humbled me. And this is not the first time. This happened multiple times, and I'm clearly not learning my lesson. And the funny thing is, it's not that I go red all the time. It's I go green, and it's like I just be like, yo, I don't even want this money, and I just hand it right back to them, and I don't. That's even worse than just losing. So, all right. So I made 274.65 on NET. So now my worst trade was PIXY, where I lost this. But you're gonna see, I was up $809 today on my small account. I'm going to show you how terrible this was. All right, so let's review this real quick. This is where I screwed up. I bought... Okay, so obviously you see this resistance up here. Has a good individual volume, so heavy volume of 789. Sorry, 7 million. So that's a heavy, considered a decently good volume. So it's a good resistance. Okay, so it's coming from low 2s all the way to 6. And see, I didn't even consider this in the trade. I just thought, okay, it's a breakout. But the reality was it's a bull trap. It was an end of the day squeeze. And when you buy breakouts, you don't want it to be a quick push to the breakout. You want it to be a grinder. Grinders are more bullish. That's what Tim Grittani told me. You definitely want it to be slower. Okay, so in the morning, it broke here. This is about 457. So it was a breakout at 457. Okay, and obviously you see back here 457, and yeah. So now this was the next resistance. So what I did was, since 457, let's put that up here for you guys. 457 was resistance. Nice clean breakout. Actually, the funny thing is, I seen this happen, but I was so focused on something else that had absolutely terrible odds. So that was just my fault. Okay, so it spiked up to 550 about. Had a nice pullback to VWAP push, high or low. Now that's a nice buy right here, actually, for a breakout, after breakout consolidation, high or low. It's a nice buy. Where I bought was right. Man, where did I buy? I bought at 505. Okay, so wait, I did buy over here. Okay, so it came down, held VWAP, and I see this happen time and time again. Low float, breakout. It's gonna hold. It's gonna push a little bit more. There's always maybe another leg up. So I like the odds. So I bought about right here. Bought the pullback. Now this was confirmation. This high or low was confirmation. So I go, you know what? It's gonna break. I sold into this. I don't know, maybe right here, and I think I sold a little bit right here, and I made about $327. So that was a nice win. So we'll just say like sold about up here. I had two separate sells. Always sell into strength, always. So even this, you could sell into this and add more on the pullback, and then confirmation add. There's always different ways to do it, but one thing I've learned is your exits and entries are the most important things you're going to do. Besides cutting losses and all your discipline, patience. Because if I would have bought up here pushing and it would have came down here, that's what, say like 20 cents, and I still have this, that's a wide risk, and you got to consider the channel. So this channel is about 544 to here, to hit here. And I think if we go back on the daily, there was a nice little daily support right there. Yeah, a little bit right here. No, a little bit right here, I mean. And, but yeah, always make sure you're watching your entries and exits. That's something I had a hard time with, and that's something that will definitely make following your plan a lot tougher. Always go into a trade knowing your risk. You don't do a percentage risk, you do a dollar risk. So say I bought 1,000 shares at 510, right? And 5 is my risk, round number 5. And that's $100 loss. So say I go into every trade with $100 loss. Say I bought it at 520. I would go in with 500 shares. So always respect risk, and that's the most important thing too. And when you buy in something like this, a channel, which you can see, this is important to recognize. When you buy in a channel, you want to buy in the low part of the channel. You can buy in the middle a little bit if you want, but if you're going to take size, I would buy in the lower half. It's a better risk reward because you never know. It might just hit up to here and crash. So you always want the odds in your favor. You're going to miss some. Don't force anything. Okay, so now that I said don't force anything, let me show you what happened. This is pretty fucked up. Alright. So, see, I got greedy here. So I thought, I was up $809 on the day. I was up about like 18% of my account. So this is where I really screwed myself up. Emotionally, I was like, oh my god, because I just got bull trapped, and to be honest, I shouldn't have even been in right here because I already was in here, and you're gonna be like, bro, you're trading too much. So one rule is don't overtrade. Take 1 to 2 trades and walk away. All right, there's always another day. The more you force trades, the more you're gonna get greedy. The more, just listen to me when I say that. Okay, so I bought right here. VWAP claim. I just liked it, uptrending. It's still a low float. It's a breakout. It's a Friday. These things have good odds. So I bought right here because I just liked the volume coming in. I knew there was a lot of shorts in it. I knew it had room to go. It had strength. It had some legs in it, and I knew it. So because I get a feel for things like this, the reclaim with low float, nice breakouts, I could get like a feel on the level 2 of how it's going. So this is what happened. I bought up here, right here. It spiked. I recognized this. It just crashed. So I got out because I just didn't want this to panic on me. So I took a dumb little $25 loss somewhere down here. So I seen this going. Now let me put it up. Seen this going. I had like this little triangle going on. So I just liked how it was kind of sticking around. Kept building up, like nice little wicks. It shows sign of strength, in my opinion. The volume was coming in. People, it's 2 o'clock. It's a good time. So I bought in here, and I risked down here. About 544. I risked the view up. Because I like how this held the view up here, so I consider that. I don't usually risk view up, but if this will hold view up, and there's view up there too, I consider that a stronger support. So I sold into this. I sold around 595. I sold into pieces, as always selling the strength, buy dip, sell strength. And then this breakout. This is where I just got greedy, and I was up $800 on the day on a small account, mind you, and I just thought, I don't know what, actually I didn't think at all, clearly. And this is where I lost, like, everything. Alright, so, I brought in here, I like how I was holding, I just think it had legs to go, but it didn't. I wasn't thinking, I was thinking more about the money and not the chart, and never do that. Think always about the money and profits will come. Sorry, not think about money. Always think about the chart and profits will come. So I bought in here. I was risking about the higher day. And I seen this price action, but I liked how I was holding trend. And the level 2 was, you couldn't really see the level 2 that well. Like, it was this consolidation on level 2 is, you can't really like read it, but you could tell what's getting sold into. And I think I just didn't want to admit to be wrong. And obviously that's a big lesson because look, I got dumped on. It was a complete bull trap, and I sold down here. I sold down here because I thought it was going to bounce. I don't know. My discipline got ahead of me, but this video is going to help me never do that again. So I sold down here for losing everything. And, so end result, the whole point of this video is discipline, you could learn the patterns, you could learn everything, you could have all the knowledge in the world.